Yo guys, sorry you already know that today we're back playing some more Raging Loop. Or the last time, we had one of the scariest moments ever, when we knocked on the door of Rikaku Uematsu. I remember the character's name, that's making progress, and she was not herself, and we almost got choked to death. She's got scary teeth, scary arm, and she's a scary monster. The running theory right now is that maybe she is one of the werewolves and got greedy and tried to kill an extra person, and because it's breaking the rule of the feast, maybe she's being taken by the corruption. But right now we're just having some chill, hangout, talk time. We talked with Chimmy, I think, and I'm not sure who we're talking to now. Hey, I left Chimmy, went to Mako. Right, all right, we're talking to Mako, who's been making like a big drawing on the ground or something. She waved at me. Good thing she was kind of used to me now. What are you drawing? Those are guardians. Guardians? One drawing showed a warp circle with a line just as strange going through it. But I could see what it was. It looked much like the Higuchi family crest I saw in the dining hall. There are four of them, apparently. The others were hard to differentiate. Oh, that whirling drawing was the same as the one on the stone. The symbol of the Yamotsu Kami. I see. Shinai-sama's guardians. Did Oni-chan teach them to you? Yeah. What about these? They're not guardians, are they? They're cattle. I certainly wasn't expecting to hear such a vivid word from a girl about 4 years old. Animals, huh? Yeah, this is a cow. Mm-hmm. This is a donkey. Oh. This is a pig. Ah. The ground wasn't the best canvas, and the little girl wasn't the best artist. All I could really tell was that they all had 4 legs. Honestly, probably better than what I could draw. And this is me. It had 4 legs, though. Well, whatever. And this is bigger than the others. A wolf. A light chill went down my spine. Huh? Why a wolf? Because the wolf is coming. Oh, baby. Huh? The wolf is coming. Yeah, somebody said that before. That was like, because the wolf is coming, I had to run far, far away. Hold on, Miki-chan. You know the wolf? I haven't met him, but I know he's scary. Is this the same wolf as we have here? Where's the snake and monkey? I don't know. What does the wolf do? Eat the cattle? Oh, okay, so the cattle are just all the normal humans, so to speak, that don't have, like, a guardian. Eat? Yeah, they said the horse was eaten. Apparently this had nothing to do with Fujiyoshi's legend. I had no idea if this was from a picture book or her imagination, but there were barely any links between the stories. Or maybe I was rushing to conclusions? Who told you the story? It really happened. Where then? Far away. Far away, huh? I've been walking for so long. Well, it didn't look like I could get any details from her. She is the girl that just came from the Saranaga like a couple days ago, mysteriously, and doesn't really remember any details. So, yes, she's just like this 4-year-old child, but there could be a lot more to her. Far away referred to the land of the myth, and it actually had truths regarding Fujiyoshi's legend that weren't told here. What the hell was I thinking? Land of myth? How stupid. I should just calm down and file it under more info that made no sense to me. I see. It must have been hard. I'm hungry. Same here. Let's go back. Okay. As we turned around, I saw Chemi stand up in the mist again and hesitantly beckon us. Looks like the food's ready. Kinosuke Shi was standing at the entrance to the dining hall wearing a gloomy expression. He was never particularly vigorous, but now his visage was haggard, and he wasn't nearly as arrogant as before. I couldn't blame him. The only person he was friendly, flirtatious, to, Rikaku Uematsu, was in an awful state. Also, despite all he'd said, he'd actually relied on Takumi-san. They seemed to be close in terms of age, too. And from what I'd heard, he never really said anything wrong. The only problem was his insensitive choice of words. The feast was a communication game. Even if you were right about something, it didn't matter much if you couldn't convince anyone. Thank you very much. Still, he was one of the mere 2 confirmed humans. Treating him badly and making him upset wouldn't help at all. I had to be courteous. Let's go. Yeah. Hungry, aren't we, Mako-chan? Chemi had calmed down a bit. I'd already told her my suspicions, and now I'd hoped she handled the feast well. All that was left now was to get some nutrients to support my hard-working brain. Right? I don't know. I'm sorry I couldn't prepare anything better. She ladled what appeared to be rice gruel from the large pot. It was a thick white soup with vegetables, rice, and something brown inside. Game meat. Is it fermented? Yes, the fresh meat was spoiled. Chemi-chan. I whispered to her. What do we do? What do you want to do? We were talking about the thing where I had to avoid the local food. You know what? I'll stick to my diet until the end this time. Okay, thanks. What did I mean by this time? Like there's going to be a next time? Did I think I had another life or something? Maybe. It was fine. It wasn't like I was cool with dying, just on the off chance I got a second shot. Dying was an acceptable option. I was about to compromise on that. Well, that's where you're wrong, Haruaki. I'm going to kill you in every imaginable way possible because that is going to get me answers. There's no point in walking around, so I'll just wait here. Alright. You're not going to eat? I have a bunch of allergies. It's because you youngins don't eat proper. You don't become strong if you don't have a balanced diet. Hey, I was lying, but telling actual allergy sufferers that they should just eat and they'd be cured was actual murder. Yeah, that's not good advice. Well, there was some efforts to cure allergies by carefully injecting the allergens via vaccine, but that was a subject for the doctor. Anyway, going back to the dorm by myself was dangerous, since they'd suspect me, so I waited in the corner of the room still hungry. Where are Yasunaga-kun and Haru-chan? Still upstairs? Don't mind them. Your food will get cold. More! I'll go call them. Oh boy. I went up the stairs, and when I reached the second floor, I stopped for a moment. I heard some rustling. Was it possible they'd gotten that intimate in just a few minutes? No. I think they're gonna make me think that something bad has happened, but I feel like it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna just be like a red herring. Was I about to ruin the mood? Well, food was important too. I said, to get their attention, and slowly went up, making sure I was loud enough for them to hear me coming. It's lunchtime. Oh, Yasunaga-kun? Hello. The room was full of stuff. It was a huge mess. You looking for something? No luck, huh? Yes, I was told there was a new apron in the attic, but we couldn't find it there, so we were checking other places too. So that was it. Did you see? Huh? Could you not tell anyone about this? Well, I did come up carefully, but it's not like I saw anything I shouldn't have. Were you going at it? What are you saying? I'm kidding. I know you wouldn't do something like that at a time like this. Of course we wouldn't. Yeah. Really now, I was still kind of worried. Anyway, why not take a break and get some food? They didn't argue as we prepared to go back. There was a lot of noise from downstairs. Oh gosh. What? Yasunaga-kun and I looked at each other and ran out of the room without saying a word. What's happening? We were met with a strange scene. I instantly realized what would happen and who is responsible. Kinosuke was wearing a furious expression, his shoulders shaking. There was a shattered plate of rice gruel at his feet. The contents were still steaming. He was facing Kaori Oribe-san, who was standing completely still. Did he throw his food to the floor? Was it that bad? No way, this was clearly something way bigger than that. What's gone into you? Chemi and the others didn't seem to understand either. They shifted uneasily. What? Wolfsbane, the plant. There's aconite in the food. I don't know what that is. What? Mega-chan, did you eat any? Not yet. What about the rest of you? Wait, wasn't she saying more and more? What did she eat if she wanted more food? More implies that she already had some. So, what do you mean she didn't eat any? That's very convenient. Hold on, I'm so lost. Is that true? Look at these leaves. They shine. The other side isn't white, and the tip is pointy. They smell different, too. This isn't mugwort or windflower. You're right, it's wolfsbane. You use wild plants, Mom? Yes. That was close. What a mistake. Someone almost got poisoned. She wants to kill us. Huh? Wait, it was just a mistake. That's it. Don't be so cruel. Haru-chan stopped talking when she realized the suspect was acting strange. Kaori-san was staring right at Kinosuke, not moving an inch, and smiling. She was completely glaring him down. Yes. That response was so delayed, we had no idea what it was for. When Kinosuke backed away a bit, his expression shifted from rage to fear. Heh. Mom? Heh. Oh gosh. Alright, fine. I'll do it. Let's hear the maniacal laugh. Let's do it. Alright. Where's the log? What does this sound like? Alright. I'll give her a couple more lines of speaking. Oh gosh! Why does this game keep scaring me? Why? You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. She's just in a weird mental state because of her son dying, and she blames everybody for not being able to catch the werewolves, but she's not a werewolf herself. This is just more humans turning on humans. As she stood there, wailing madly, she brandished a knife. She was hardly moving quickly, but the sight of the blade had stunted our reflexes. I'd seen some bizarre corpses here. I'd bore witness to what pure malice could do. But still living blatant malevolence, killing intent was intense enough to paralyze everyone present. I barely registered the scene unfolding before me. Staggering a bit, the woman passed the counter. Oh gosh! The sharp knife was still green with something, likely shavings of aconite. She raised her voice and aimed a poison weapon at the nearest target, Kinosuke-san. Tackle her or find a nearby weapon? I'm gonna try tackle her, I think. Let's see. I don't know why I moved what I did. I was a man of words, not of impulse. In times of crisis, I was the type to turn tail and run after making some sort of parting threat. I feel like if we take too long, she's going to end up killing Kinosuke. And I feel like if we tackle, we might be able to save him. And him being a human feels like it's important to keep him alive. I shouldn't have been on good enough terms with either Kinosuke or Kaori-san to risk my life for them. Yet when I came to my senses, my body was dancing, charging straight for Kaori-san with my right shoulder. and after a brief struggle, we collapsed. I heard her let out a strained cackle in my ears. I had to change my posture. Unless I pinned her knife hand down, but in the end, it turned out I really wasn't cut out for the job. These roundabout things were just delaying the inevitable. When the madly laughing woman embraced me, my thoughts ground to a complete halt. I'm so scared. Oh, no. She stabbed me right in the back. Simple as that. Did I die? Did I do it? To her, I was just another obstacle that had to be removed. Okay, hold on. Before I forget and get scared in like 10 minutes from now, I'm silencing her again before she scares me. She's already scaring me. She did just stab me, to be fair. I didn't know if the wound itself was fatal, but I could tell that the blade had sunk in incredibly deep, and that it was coated in leaf green poison. I'm dead. It must have been a near instant death. Alright. I've been excited to die again since I found out, last episode, that, like, dying is the best way to go about making progress. I really thought I'd make it to the end of this whole loop, though. My mind quickly grew hazy, yet my final moments were those of self-reflection. I bet if I grabbed another weapon, then Kiyonosuke would have gotten stabbed, and then we would still be alive, though. Reckless actions really aren't my forte after all. Game over. Bad ending number 5. Watch hint corner? I guess I'll watch it each time. Is that just going to be like... Is the hint just going to be like, hey, maybe if you don't tackle her, you can survive? Is that all it's going to be? You've done it now. Oh, wait, is this the same thing? I'll give you the hint right away. A poison death for reckless amateur. Look, Haruki Fusaishi isn't some kind of martial arts shonen protagonist, okay? Besides, even if he did dabble in a bit, his first instinct would be to run away from someone armed. He'd be fully aware how scary a weapon could be. A lot of martial arts anime and manga tend to treat them lightly, but in reality, weapons are far more dangerous than your fists. If you charge it based on that logic, then you deserve to die. Hell, the killer this time even had instantly lethal poison on their side. So running away is your best bet in this case. However, if that's not an option, at least find a weapon with a longer reach than the would-be killer. So yeah, don't bring a fist to a knife fight. Go back to 3, Yomikyu, stop poisoning, and pick the other choice. Okay, it really tells you just exactly what to do. Okay, that's enough for this time. Die bloody or death next time. Oh. Guess it was just a dream, right? Nice. Alright, let's just jump right to the chart. Because I think it starts over, like when I die, it starts the whole thing over. So, alright. The hint corner really just tells me what I already know, but I guess it's good to watch if I really don't know what other choice to make. So we're going to go to the detailed chart. Right here, stop poisoning. But we did get an ending. Which I mean is probably good. I'm sure if I ever try to get for like all the achievements or whatever, you probably want to get all the endings. Alright, so the blade is stun our reflexes. Okay. Still living malevolence. Okay. Let's see, staggering a bit. One past the counter. She had the knife. Yep. Okay, she raised her voice, aimed poison at Kiyonosuke. Alright, so now we know tackling her is going to get us killed, so let's find a nearby weapon. I really think Kiyonosuke is going to die, though. I had no idea why my body began to move. I grabbed the nearest chair without even thinking about it. It was old, wooden, and heavy. Picking it up made me lose my balance for a bit. I pointed its legs at the would-be murderer and dashed forward as fast as I could. A crash, a cry of pain, a scream. Amidst the cacophony, I attempted to keep Kaori-san pinned down. I pressed the edge of the chair against her knife arm. She cried out in pain and the blade clattered to the floor. Chimmy then quickly kicked it away. In hindsight, it all happened in a mere matter of seconds. In fact, tying her up was way harder, what with her foaming at the mouth and struggling. In the end, we bound her limbs and gagged her to silence her bloodthirsty screams. With that done, we had no choice but to face reality. I know I'm probably not the best person to ask, but what do you even do about this? 6 of us stood in the mists right outside the dining hall. Kaori-san was locked inside. She's also become a Yomibito. No, that can't be. She's just not feeling well. I guess she was really pushing herself. Of course she was. Do you have any idea how important Yoshitsugu was to her? He was foolish, short-tempered, and annoying, but no, that's exactly why she treasured him so much. She often said that he was as reckless as his father. I'll take responsibility and calm her down myself. Please forgive her for the... We should decide this at the feast. Please wait, this is a personal outburst that has nothing to do with the feast. Keep her out of it. How can you be so certain? She might have succumbed to the corruption. Nosachi-san? Everything in the mist has to be decided at the feast. Breaking that law risks falling victim to the corruption. That's true. Very well, let's go. No, Yasunagi-kun, she'll be killed. I won't let that happen. Fusaishi-san, please look after her. Not gonna lock me up again? No one replied. Apparently it didn't matter anymore. Shemi-chan. She was making the same face she did whenever she talked about God. I knew this would happen. Strangely enough, there was emotion in her eyes. I could see 90% resignation and 10% fear. Watching me until she finally passed out of sight, she followed the others toward the hall. It better not become nighttime, like, without me being properly locked up in a room, because that's not going to end well for me. Okay, wow. Look at how empty it is. Where's the sake? Can we just skip that part? The cleansing is important. Here you go, Nosato-sama. Thank you. That hits the spot. You too, Chi-chan. Yasukun? You just take a lick. What about Oni-chan? Uematsu-sama can't be here anymore. I'll look after this girl. What's the point? Shiene, get a grip. Then let's begin. I'm about to hang Madame Oribe. For what reason? She's dangerous. In that case, I'll vote for Rikaku Uematsu-san for the same reason. What about the rest? This is a temporary vote for now. Say what you think. I think we should hang both. Doesn't really matter what order. I can't think straight right now. We should hang Rikaku Uematsu. We can at least talk to Kaori-san, but Rikaku Uematsu is a mad beast. What about you, child? They're eating Oni-chan? What's that supposed to mean? Listen, if you want to protect Rikaku-san, then vote to hang Kaori Oribe. She won't understand. 3 didn't vote, and 3 who did are in favor of hanging Uematsu-san. It's decided. This is absurd. Is this how you repay her for moving here and working so hard on our behalf? No, this is how we repay her for turning into a monster and having teeth and arms and trying to choke me. Like, what do you mean? Hear me out, will you? My mom is just a bit out of it right now. We may still be able to reason with her. However, Uematsu-san is basically a mindless animal. She doesn't even have the capacity to vote on things. Unlike mom, she's a Yomobito now. Even if we hang my mom today, what will we do tomorrow? Do you have a way of fixing Uematsu-san? Looks like it's decided. Ha 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 ha. How simplistic. I know you're biased because Madame Oribe is a relative, but you don't see the big picture. What? Think about it. Our top priority is to kill the wolves. That comes before all else. I assume his reasoning is going to be that Uematsu is already taken by the corruption, so hanging her is literally a waste when you could be getting another wolf, assuming that she is a wolf, or getting a wolf even if you don't think she is. Yomobito aren't wolves, are they? That basically proves that Rikaku-san isn't a wolf. Huh? What do you mean? Remember the legend, the wolves are Yomotsu Ukami, beings already corrupted by Yomi. Do you really believe they can become Yomobito as well? Yamawaki-san, what's your opinion? That might be true. Here's a hypothesis. Powerful corruption slaughters you like it did those journalists and your brother. However, weaker levels of corruption cause madness. Mad guardians are wolves, while mad humans are Yomobito. That means that the corruption's punishment can only be slaughter for wolves, and either slaughter or Yomobito transformation for humans. Interesting. That's just a convenient delusion. Indeed, I have no way to prove it, but I can make it seem more plausible. But if that's the case, then why did she get taken by corruption if it wasn't because of a wolf breaking the rules? If wolves could go mad due to the corruption, would they even look like Rikaku-san does? These are beasts disguised as humans. Would they truly look like that if they'd gone mad? I think the beasts would show their true selves, their bestial fury. Is that what happened to Rikaku-san? No. That might be true. Then maybe we should hang Kaori-san first. Taiba? You're basing your decisions on fairy tales. We've had actual deaths here. This is ridiculous. I'm the one who's ridiculous? To accept the fear of the corruption means to accept the legends. See, I've accepted it. Fear of the corruption while disregarding the legends is what's truly ridiculous, don't you think? Shiene. I'm afraid of God. I'm afraid of this God who toys with us as we dance on his palm. What are you saying? Regardless of... No, because of that. We need to fight back against our fears. For that, we need weapons. Haruaki-san. Huh? Why him? I vote for you, Yasukun. Oh, what? What? Shiene? I'm not sure I understand you, Serizawa. Nosato-san, start the proper vote. There's no point in just talking. Huh? But this is going to happen sooner or later, and if she's truly casting her vote, it's only fair for us to cast ours. But whether I can forgive you or not is another story, Shiene. I know. No objections, then let's begin the vote. Here's what I think. Nosato-san is half right. We're supposed to search for wolves here. But I'm completely against relying on the legends for evidence. Mochi, the old wolf guy, and Takumi Nichan all died at the hands of people. That's why we should look back over what's happened so far instead of the legends. So how about this? First, who aside from me understood the purpose of the feast? Nosato-san said it himself. Meiko-chan is too young to understand, and Haru-chan. Honestly, I think she'd oppose Nosato-san and side with Yasukun regardless of the situation. Taiba-chan would look to the legends, obviously. She's the biggest believer here. What about Yasukun, though? I know it's been hard for him, and with his mom about to be hanged, I can understand why he'd panic. But then, why push for Rikaku-san's hanging? It's easy for us Yasumizu people to justify hanging the village heads, but we should understand what comes first. Death of the damned Yomobito is the mandate. We should be looking for the immediate threat at hand, the wolves, before worrying about those words. The Yasukun I know would keep a cool head even in a crisis. Shiene. I understand what you're saying. I just can't forgive him. What? Whenever you talk and drive, it always makes a mess of things. Takumini, Yoshitsugu, and Mochi are dead because of you. And now you want to take my mother? I'm sick of you. Nichan, what's wrong? Calm down. So yeah, I forgot about the purpose of the feast. It was just an act of petty revenge. I used Haruchan for that. Like you said, that's all there is to me. I'm a pretty boring person. Are you still not satisfied? Yeah, this is totally out of character for you. Yasukun, I'm probably just looking too deeply into it, but when Kaori-san set the food, only you and Haru-chan were absent. If the others had all been poisoned as planned, you'd be the only survivors, Haruaki-san notwithstanding. Oh my gosh, that's why they were gone. Yeah. If you were a wolf, that'd be pretty good for you, right? Are you suggesting I convince Mom to poison everyone? That'd be just the worst. She probably got the wolf's bane early in the morning. She was too busy otherwise and didn't look like she woke up early. By that point, she was already resolved to kill us. It's easy to imagine that someone had given her the idea the previous night. What? But we can't contact anyone at night. There are 2 wolves. What? For the sake of her only living son, Kaori-san was ready to kill everyone, even if it meant being subject to the corruption. But I'm human. If you only had the wolves and a lone human at the end, votes would no longer matter. Haru-chan wouldn't be able to do anything. No way, Nichan. Yasukun. That's impossible. I mean, if Mom were a wolf, Yoshitsugu wouldn't have died. She could have killed me to spare him, though. You think I convinced her to do that? She'd never listen. She loved him way more than me. Shiane, this is cruel. There's no way he'd say anything like that to his mom. I'm not saying the wolves killed Yoshikun. He might have just been out at night and killed by the corruption. That's exactly what I think happened. Also, even if she wasn't a wolf, she'd help her son even if it meant falling victim to the corruption. It sounds like you're saying whatever you can to make Nichan into a bad guy. What's wrong with you, Chane? You always used to protect us. Was it him? Did Fusaishi-san tell you to say that? Did he make you change? No, he didn't. I'm just following his example and thinking for myself. Things I don't want to be true could actually be true, and I can't look away from them. And so you decided to vote against me and ruin our friendship. I mean, listen to yourself. The Yasukun I know would never try to guilt me into submission like that. If you ask me, you're the one who changed. So, who will you vote for? I need to take responsibility for what I said. I suspected Yasukun, and I'm sticking to that. One vote for Yasunaga Oribe. We messed up the order, but in terms of seating order, Taiba is first. How will you vote? I will vote for Kaori-san. I don't think Uematsu-san is a wolf. What about you, Nosato-san? So now you're being respectful. My answer doesn't change. In fact, Serizawa's words may be all the more certain. Yasunaga Oribe, in all honesty, your current attitude makes it hard to believe you're a wolf, but it's likely your mother is. One vote for Kaori Oribe. What about you, Yasunaga Oribe? I'm still voting for Rikaku Uematsu-san. I'm voting for Rikaku Uematsu, too. The child. Can be ignored. Wait, Mei-chan, think. Your vote might decide whether the humans win or lose. Shine, you'll go that far? You'll trick a child to take her vote? If that's what it takes, I'll do it. Meiko-chan, you don't want Rikaku-san to be gone, right? No. Then? It's pointless. Even if she votes for me, it'll just be a 3-way tie. I choose who I don't need? Yes. Then, I'll go with the lady. She was scary. You mean the woman from the dining hall? Mm-hmm. It's decided then. No. This has to be a sick joke. Mom will die because of something like this? A vote is a vote. Nichan, it's over. I heard muffled screams and sobs from the dining hall behind me. Oh, come on, let's go a little bit further. Gagged and tied, Kaori Oribe was still wailing. She couldn't move properly and had a pole fixed to her shoulders, but I was still worried enough to check every now and then. The lack of change helped calm my nerves, but at the same time, I resented myself a bit for it. Quite a bit of time had passed since the feast had begun. What kind of decision would they make? The daily wolf lynching, hanging, had failed every single time so far. Considering the number of days remaining and how many people were left, if they messed up today, the humans would lose all hope of surviving. If either Kaori Oribe or Rikaku Uematsu ended up chosen, there would be no chance anymore. Wow, Haruaki is like really, really certain about who the wolves are. But I think I am now as well. Once I saw people leaving the hall, my mouth moved on its own. It's done then? Their eyes were steady. They walked in my direction. Not to me though, but to the dining hall. You chose Kaori-san? I asked anyway. I was speaking to the last representative of sanity in this place, Kinosuke Nosato. Move. We didn't even converse. His tone and the look in his eyes were different from usual. His usual arrogant pride was gone, and in his place stood a deadly determination. Yasunaga-kun. I lost. Haru-san. I was against it. Oba-san. It's the will of Shinai-sama. Shimi. Haruaki-san, take the girl. Meiko was at the rear of the group, somewhat hesitantly. She walked up to me. I moved aside to let them pass. They all entered the dining hall and dragged out the victim. The ones holding the ropes and doing the dragging were Kinosuke Nosato and Shiami Serizawa. Following behind was Tai Yamawaki, prodding her onward with a bamboo broom. Stop. As his mother cried out in pain, Yasunaga Oribe followed the group, hand in hand with Haru Makishima. Stop them. Haru Makishima was bawling. Yasunaga Oribe was shaking, not even trying to hide his sobs. His face was warped in anguish. Someone. As the group faded away, the gag fell out, and the victim's voice grew loud. Hee 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 hee. I am not turning on voice for that. That's too creepy. Not a scrap of reason remained, only raw terror. Hee hee ya ha ha. Oh, she is unhinged, or perhaps madness. Oh, please, someone, beg for her life. However, I didn't hear any pleas to the very end, and I painfully realized I wasn't participating in the feast. I wasn't part of the selection game bound by otherworldly rules. I think, probably one of the keys that's going to help us move forward is getting us into a loop where Haruaki is a part of the feast, because that way we can have a little bit more pull, potentially, in how the votes go down. Because it seems without us being able to be there, we're powerless, and they keep making the wrong decisions, and I think that would be... That's probably where the game is going to be leading us to. At least one step of it. Obviously, there's going to be other routes, too. But that has to be something. Don't look. I tried to make her away, hugged her, and covered her ears. Because of that, I couldn't cover my own. Parent-like dedication. What a weird idea. Anyway, as the group disappeared into the mist, I somehow felt as though the screams or laughs grew even clearer. Nope, not turning on sound. I was subjected to the solution till the very end. During the fond moments, the mother called out her son's name. It was the name of the elder son, and he responded by calling for his mother. But at the very last moment, it felt like the victim shouted out a different name. There was a strange sound followed by silence. Mako. Mako's body was surprisingly warm. In response, she just nodded. Let's escape from this place tomorrow. She nodded again. Give up on Rikaku Uematsu. Mako started crying. I let her go, took her by the hand, and led her to the dorm. There, I took all the remaining food I had. Then, I escorted her back to her place. Lock up, I'll come pick you up tomorrow morning. Still crying, she nodded. I feel like she's gonna die overnight. Eat this, all of it, okay? I gave her some food and closed the door. Once I turned around, I saw them. Today's feast is over. There wasn't a hint of emotion in his voice. I see. As one who didn't participate in the feast, I was in no position to criticize or support them. They just turned around and returned to the places, leaving no indicator whether they'd actually heard me. 3 of them were headed in the same direction. I didn't feel like joining them, instead casting a glare at their backs as they walked. My powerlessness was killing me. Under the assumption I would die tomorrow, I decided I would go through the mist down to Saranaga, a strict taboo here. What kind of death would that give me? Would I be injured? Wander to some other world? Something else entirely? Who knows? But that is something that we are going to find out on the next time. It looks like we are going to maybe try to escape, which I assume is going to end in our death, and maybe we can get a key to really change up a lot of things here. There hasn't been a lot of decisions during the loop, so I feel like there has to be keys to get us into a completely different loop entirely. I'm interested to see how that's all going to work, but I do feel like we are getting towards the end of this specific round of like the feast, of the wolves versus all that stuff, whatever you would call this game of sorts, the mist. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Hopefully you are enjoying it. Look forward to more. So let me know, but I'll see you on the next time. So till then, peace out.